In today's video, I want to review a new tool that was recently brought to my attention. The website is Maps of Exile, and it was developed by a player called DefBeam. The main goal of this tool is to choose the best possible map basis for your farming sessions based on their advantages and disadvantages. As you can see, in the top side of the page there is the Atlas of Worlds with the current maps and their names, while on the bottom there is an in-depth review of each map base that we're going to check together. At first glance, you can already see that each map comes with the divination cards that can be dropped, along with custom colors and currency icons that indicate the market values. A pretty interesting thing is that the author included the average value of currency that you're getting in each map by considering divination cards alone. Now, these values seem pretty off, very low, and they are, because one apothecary in 1300 maps is terrible, and it is not really the profit that you're gonna make. This value here was calculated by the Prohibited Library Discord, and it only considers normal maps that still need to be rolled. Also, it doesn't consider Magic Find or Party Play at all. So this value is going to be much higher, but still it is useful because you can compare the value of divination cards between different maps so that you can get an idea of which map is better for divination card farming, even if this does not matches the real profit that you'll make given your specific farming strategy. Then we got three other parameters. The first one is layout, which indicates how easy you can clear the map. Now, a super cool thing is that you can actually hover on the map name to check the preview of the map layout. The second value is density, and it represents the count of natural monsters that you can find inside a normal map without considering league mechanics or sextants. Now, for bosses, we are only looking for how hard the boss is in terms of it being annoying or maybe just too long because of phases. So the higher the value, the easiest is the boss to kill. So now, if you want to filter by layout, density, boss, and divination cards, you simply have to put here a number like 8 for layout weight, 7 for density weight, and 5 for boss weight. And as you see, the maps get filtered accordingly to your choices. And this is a very powerful part of this tool. As you can see, some of the best maps are the Defiled Cathedral, Toxic Sewer. Both of them have very good layout, very good bosses. The Defiled Cathedral is not particularly dense, but it has very good divination cards, as we all know. And you can do this type of analysis for basically every type of map you have in mind. Below the search bar here, you can also check for specific tags for maps. One of the most important is boss not spawned, and if you click on them, you can filter all of the maps that have this specific property. Now, boss not spawned is very useful for altar farming because if the boss doesn't spawn, the altars will not give the boss option as a reward. Other important tags, in my opinion, are the Delirium Mirror to check for maps that have good layout to play this type of mechanic. Then we got league mechanics, and these regards specifically league mechanics such as Breach or Legion that require a lot of space. So this indicates those maps that are best suited for Breach, Legion, and other mechanics such as those that require to spawn a lot of monsters in a vast area. Then we got linear, and this is very good when you're farming like essences or when you want to just boss rush. So additionally, you can also have more of them all together. So for example, you can put boss not spawned and delirium mirror together and filter for maps with those specific properties. So finally, by considering all of the tags, the layout, density and boss values, the divination cards, you can get a final score which is displayed below the maps. And for example, for Defiled Cathedral, we got a score of 100%, for Crimson Temple 97% because it has slightly less density than Defiled Cathedral. Then we got Cemetery 89% because it says that the map boss is kinda deadly. And even if the layout is objectively better than Crimson Temple and Defiled Cathedral, Cemetery has worse divination cards just because the Apothecary is much more expensive than the Brother's Gift and because you got one more T1 divination cards in 7 years bad luck. So yeah. In addition, there is also this little tab here of connected maps, and each connected maps to the one you're playing is showing the same score number. And keep in mind that connected maps drop more frequently when you're farming, so having good maps that are connected to each other with a very high score can be very profitable, especially if you're planning to resell maps as well. For a better website experience, in my opinion, you should run this tool with full screen enabled so you can see the entire atlas with ease, and you have the right panel with all the search bars. If you scroll down, you will have just the maps filtered out as before. I think this is a much cooler way to use the website. You can also toggle on and off these buttons here. This is for the map icons. This is for the map name, and this is for the map score, and I personally like to have it on. On bottom left, you can also get the panel for the voidstones. At 0, you get the natural tiers of all the maps. With 1, 2, 3, and 4, you see the natural progression of the atlas or world until all of the maps are finally red. Overall, I think this is a very good tool for every player that likes mapping, especially because choosing the right map layout really makes a difference in your profit per hour and also in your enjoyment in playing the game. Maybe the Defiled Cathedral map is the most profitable, but at the same time, maybe for whatever reason, you don't like it. So you might choose another map, underrated by other players, and have a lot of fun with it. I want to thank you, the creator of this tool, and Big Jim Slade that showed me the website in the first place. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.